What in the hell is going on right now with the crypto markets? All right. We're going to talk about Dogecoin, and it's going to be a conversation where, as we look right now into the fear and greed index and the overall market cap taking another giant crap as we wake up here on this Tuesday morning, down 7.31%. We're going to try to figure this one out. I don't think we're going to get too far. I pretty much have my assumptions, and I think you guys probably do as well. But we're still talking about the Doge each and every day right here on the channel. So before we hit that, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join us here on the platform. And also be sure to give me a follow on X at tcryptomark if you have not already done that. And let's get right into it, okay? So as we go down kind of what we're seeing here in the top 10, you can see Dogecoin over the last 7 days falling 18.3%. You're going to ask yourself what's going on right now. And I think a lot of traders are as well. We've talked a lot about open interest. That's going to be something we're going to touch greatly upon in this video, and how the overall market right now is in a kind of a weird kind of spot, all right? Because I think right now we're seeing a lot of this movement, and as we shift into the crypto bubbles, you can see, and guys, please remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm just giving you guys my 2 cents on the crypto markets. But Bitcoin Dow is below 90,000 for the first time in a long time, all right? Ethereum still kind of holding true. So is this some kind of precursor to altcoin season? Is meme coin season done? And when I talk about meme coin season, I'm talking about the Solana meme coins. As you can see, Solana has dipped all the way down to $139 going back over the month. It's always going to respond to more volatility, but falling from 256, 45%. That's kind of the big storyline. But as we look into memes, I think there is a narrative shift, and largely, yeah, the tariff talks, the President Trump talks, the worldwide volatility that's happening on a more macro scale, that's kind of shifting and shaping the market. But guys, if we want to be honest with ourselves, we were doing extremely well, okay? Everybody's wanting to know when's 2021, when 2017 is going to happen. It might have been on schedule to happen, but if you look into those 4-year historic intervals, the big common denominator with me has always been the United States presidential election. It really does give a kind of a conversation some legs to why crypto cares so much about the United States general election. In my personal opinion, I think it's probably because there may be a little bit more centralization to cryptocurrency and the anonymity that we all have been led on to believe that has existed in the first place. And, you always hear that guy with the suit swearing, talking about if you actually knew who owned Bitcoin, you'd run. And that's very enticing and provocative, but in that same breath, it's possibly true. So we always have to keep that in mind. But now as Bitcoin continues to fall, a lot of people are thinking that what we're seeing here within the major cryptos, we're going to see some altcoin runs, some meme coin runs, some more traditional meme coin runs, and that's kind of where Dogecoin is setting up. But let's get into kind of what we're talking about, the 15-week low in terms of the open interest market. Talking about 10 cents for Doge. Is this possible that we could see another 50% decline? Okay. And that's kind of what I want to know down below in the comments. If Dogecoin does go down another 50%, are you guys backing up the truck and loading up on the Doge? Or is this kind of a wait and see and you're already committed to what you have and not adding more to the pot until we get some clarity? Okay. But I've always said this, and before I get down into the numbers, I've always said this when I talk to you guys about crypto. These last 8 to 12 months, for the most part, right, we've had probably, I would say the last 6 to 8 months, we've had probably the most bullish environment as crypto traders as we've ever had in the history of crypto. And I've always kind of said this too, is like once everything becomes figured out and there's no more speculation, crypto may perform, in my opinion. It might become less, like when that mysterioso goes away, right? Maybe it becomes less attractive. And that's kind of been kind of my theme where it happens with general traditional assets financially. And I'm kind of curious within Dogecoin, if in the meme coin world, and, eventually when that speculation dies, you're going to have utility to get you through. And I just wonder how much of that's actually going to happen. Okay, so that's kind of where my head's at. But I wanted to share with you the numbers. We've slipped to the lowest level, like we've talked about in the last 15 weeks in terms of the open interest. So futures are down. When we talk about this is something within the contracts falling just in the last 24 hours to $1.9 billion. That is the slowest level and lowest level since November. Okay, liquidations are occurring. More than 27 million longs have been closed after we've seen this dreadful price decline. Okay, and that's where you were forced to trade it because it causes the price to drop even further due to the additional selling pressure. Now, we all love some derivatives markets, but when they're doing the opposite of what we love, that's when things can get really ugly and bloody. And then you got people hedging, and then they're going to come back and try to double down, and then it's betting on a comeback, and it can get really ugly really fast if you don't know what you're doing trading futures. Okay. Next, the multi-month support level of 20 cents and that little fractal on Tuesday is the third time that it has tested the level since November. Buyers simply just stepped in to buy Dogecoin at that price, but the selling pressure is very strong. So it does appear, despite all this fear of the markets, that people are buying the dips. That's a good thing to show some strength with, but it's something where Dogecoin is very oversold. RSI sitting at 27, and as we look at the EMA, guys, this is where we've also dropped below that 200-day EMA, which is something that I do follow pretty closely, and that's something where after you look into this is where this is not good as we look for more decline right there in the works, okay? That's kind of what the charts are setting up for. If you do want to make the case for a recovery, this is something where the analysts that are bullish do look for, and I think this is kind of formulated, in my opinion, within a descending triangle, okay? When you do get that descending triangle, you do see usually a falling wedge. You do see usually a breakout shortly ensuing after, and they do proceed wet rallies, as you can see right here. But this triangle looks just a little bit different than this one. So if you think it's going to react in the same intensity, and we're going to see that amplitude that we would see with this triangle versus the breakout, sure. But I think this is just kind of common nature to formulate what was happening. I would look at this more so as a more stronger time of consolidation, and then boom, versus a sharp decline, and then another sharp decline, a sharp incline. So that's just kind of my thoughts. We'll see what happens. When nobody has that crystal ball within the crypto world, I just wanted to share with you guys this video, keep you updated within the numbers and my personal opinion as it relates to Dogecoin. As always, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. We'll try to find some good out there outside of the crypto world, down almost 10% in market cap in just one day. There's blood on the streets, and a lot of people are buying when it is ugly, and that's something that you look at kind of the most successful traders. That's kind of a tried and true method out there. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned for more updates. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe button, follow me on X, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.